Well, Kat's over there in the Cityline Comfy Couch Cafe, and she will be my last segment as I worm my way over there and kind of see what it is I get to smell. She's brought some charcuterie, because it's never too early for charcuterie in our lives. Speaking of that, I have some fabulous people on the Comfy Couch I'd love to introduce to you. They are from Beyond Boundaries, and we're going to call this kind of bringing the community together to make opportunities. We want to say hello to Dominique Hardman. You are the District Court Manager of Probation. Welcome to Cityline.
Thank you.
Can't wait to talk with you and get into this. You brought with you Mr. Louis Eyrig. Your name is quite fabulous. And you are, it says business services consultant, but we're going to get into the real meat of what you do. How's that? So first off, Louis, let's talk about this. What is WorkSource Pierce, which is really the nexus of what we're going to be talking about here, and what services are available to the community?
WorkSource is really not an organization by itself. It is a partnership of organizations. And so ESD, Workforce Central, there are colleges and so many different partners that come together to provide a services at a one-stop center.
So you come together at this one-stop center, and then your buddy over here, hey, what are you doing here, Dominique? So it's what is Pierce County District Course Resource Center, which also has a lot of letters behind it, and what resources are available in your mind to the community, and then how do we work together?
Okay, so well, you hit it, Louis hit it. The Resource Center is one-stop shop. We try to provide every service an individual would need to rebuild or reshape or reform their life. If you've been justice involved, we want to provide just about everything that you might need to do that. So there's clothing, there's food support, there's medical support, getting medical insurance, housing support, drug and alcohol support, mental health support, so just about everything that you would need to rebuild your life.
So when we say Beyond Boundaries, boy, you've really nailed it, because we were talking earlier with Dr. Millet about lowering barriers for people to have quality of life, to have health screenings. And that is something that when we lower barriers and we also go beyond those boundaries, everybody wins, don't they? So you have a big event coming up soon called Beyond Boundaries, great name. When and where will this event be held so we can get the word out and get people there, Louis?
This event is going to be on August 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Pierce County District Court Resource Center.
Hey, we've got some pictures.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, so when you say resource center, I love how intimate this is. Sometimes I think a resource center is like a huge gymnasium I have to walk into, and I think, oh my gosh, that is so daunting right there. I don't know if I could do that. So how did this start? Who first said, gosh, let's come together as partners and name it Beyond Boundaries?
Well, there's a kind of a little bit of story behind that too. I was helping with job fairs actually at the Court Resource Center, just trying to provide employment opportunities for people.
Okay.
And it just turned into something more. It just grew from there.
So you heard the voice of the people and said, and they're like, we need more. So, but the question is, what do they need more of? So what is the objective and the mission besides putting all these resources? Because there's that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So what happens when it's time to drink?
Well, there are, sometimes people have barriers just to employment. There are some things that they have to take care of before they can even get a job. And so,
such as?
Like getting a driver's license.
There we go. Let's talk about those boundaries.
Yeah, it's something so simple that a lot of us times we have, and we are already on a road for success, where some of these people, they're not there yet. And so we're just trying to get them there to where they can get caught up and get back on the road of living a healthy life.
And that living a healthy life, that's a huge statement. And Dominique, when we think about living a healthy life, is that who this event is for, or are we missing some people?
It's for anybody. Obviously, we have a focus on justice involved individuals, but the Resource Center, the Beyond Boundaries, is for anybody. Anybody can walk in off the street. There's services. There's something for everybody there.
I love that. Anybody can walk in. There's something for everybody there. So when we think about justice, challenges that justice impacted and homeless populations face when trying to find employment, Louis mentioned a driver's license, but take us back even further. I mean, we're talking about driver's license, resume, even in a PO box. How do we address that?
Well, again, we've brought all the different all the different service providers that are available in the community. We're always trying to improve. There's always something that comes up that maybe we didn't think about, or somebody brings about an issue or a problem that we hadn't solved yet.
Right.
So there's always, we're always looking to improve. We're always looking to do things better. But again, not having housing, not having ID, you need ID for housing.
You sure do.
We try to provide all those things to try to, again, to impact all those barriers. And so we're always looking for ways that we can improve what we're doing.
And both of you as partners are also looking for ways that I understand that you can insert yourself into that cycle. So, for instance, if we have someone who's just been laid off, they may have other resources up to that point, but then as that layoff happened and things start to spiral, how do we step in and say, hey, look up, we can help you with this? Or how do we look at the person who's unhoused and sleeping on the streets? And that's a different starting point, because the boundaries and the barriers that you're dealing with somebody who's on the street as opposed to somebody who's laid off are radically different. But you guys have come together in one room and said, we can help you. That is incredible. Is there a chance that we will have this resource fair more than once a year?
Right now, we're just doing this once a year. This is actually the second year we're doing this.
Congratulations. You're on your way.
We're on our way. I do have another resource fair they do throughout the year too,
Tell
which
me.
is very similar. It's called Avenues to Opportunities. And it's in a different location, but it's very similar to Beyond Boundaries.
Okay.
And so there are some similar services.
And these are some of the vendors that show up for, oh, look at that, haircuts. I
Yeah.
saw Lori Davenport from Tacoma Pro Bono.
Yes.
I mean, you've got everything, dental screenings, you name it, you've got it. Because everybody needs a hand up at some point. So speaking of that, who do we thank for all of everybody coming together? Who would you like to thank?
Oh, I have to thank the judges. The judges
Yes.
have been behind this vision from the very start. The district court judges. I've got to thank the county council.
Yes.
We ended up with a building. We
Thank
never
you, Pierce
expected
County
that.
Council.
Never imagined that we'd have a building dedicated to providing services for individuals. That's fantastic. That's the vision that the council got behind.
That's amazing. And in your world, who would you like to thank?
I thank partners such as Dom.
Yeah, hello.
And other community partners such as Tacoma Pro Bono with Lori Davenport, and
Yeah.
all the community that's really coming together to provide this. It's really not just any one person. It's a whole community coming together.
There's a website we've been showing below both of your beautiful faces that get people there, and hopefully they can get the resources they need. I want you back on this couch sooner than later, and I want you to bring somebody that you have helped with you. Okay? And we promise we'll feed them donuts and coffee.
Oh, yes.
All right.
All right?
All right.
It's a deal.
Sounds great.
Thank you both for waking up every day and saying, you know what, I'm going to stand in the solution. Here it is. You're fabulous.
Thank you.
We have much, much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.